All right, we're going to get started just because it's 6:30 and I like to keep things on time and respect everybody's time. So, welcome to my class. Thank you so much for joining me. And my name is Michelle. If you haven't met me, I started on this journey in 2015. I started using Young Living products because I had respiratory illness and I needed to get healthy. They wanted me to be on inhalers and all this medication. And I just didn't want to do that. So I started researching and I found these products and started using them. And it really helped. I didn't have as many respiratory issues and it was great. Everything's great. And a few years ago, I got breast cancer. So I was only doing it halfway, right? I was only like just using some clean stuff and not going full in. And so last year, I started on this journey of being a brand partner because I knew I didn't want to go back into nursing. I've been an RN for 33 years and I just wanted to do something different. And I wanted to help people. After a cancer journey like this, I learned more and more about what we need to do to remove toxins from our life and really get healthy. And latest research on breast cancer is showing that personal care products like lotion and deodorant are linked to breast cancer. So there's a lot to learn and do. And my heart is just to help people. And the reason I chose Young Living is because of the company. They've been around for 30 years and they have a seed to seal guarantee. So I'm always looking for pure products, things that you can actually use that are cost effective, but also work. And so they do a lot of research. They have a 2A lab where they're learning and growing and learning more about how to use plants to keep us healthy and how to keep our homes healthy. So I love teaching. A lot of my nursing career, I taught, and my last job was a lactation consultant, which is a lot of education. Also, I live in the inland Northwest and with my husband, and we have three boys, one still at home. And so, yeah, I'm just loving this journey and loving my life. So I hope that I can help you guys learn something new and help you connect with something that will make you feel better and help your journey. So let's get started. How do we create a truly clean home? That is a great question because in the United States, in 1976, they grandfathered in 65 to 100,000 toxins or chemicals. They grandfathered them in without even knowing what they do to us. And they said, yep, these are safe to use. And so, right there, you're like, what? Who said they're safe to use? And back then, they didn't have as much information as we do now. And so, to have that many chemicals in our lives is obviously affecting us. You hear more and more about cancer, lots of different things going on in the world. And it's like, yes, chemicals have a big role to play in that. And in like the European Union, they don't use these chemicals as much as we do. Just in cosmetics alone, they've banned 1,300 chemicals, where we've banned 11. So the US is a little behind and they need to catch up. And hopefully, as they're catching up, we can just use some safe products and make our house truly clean. Um, and one of the other things that's kind of shocking is that in order to be considered toxic, the chemical has to have killed 50% of the animals it was tested on. So at 49% of the animals died using that toxin, they still consider it safe for us. And so that's just a little puzzling and kind of a sad statistic for us. So what is under your kitchen sink? So we're going to talk about chemicals tonight and what you need to look for in your home. In a follow-up email, I'll send you a complete list so that you can go through and get rid of the things that you can from your home. So you'll have that. But tonight we're just going to talk about some. So the kitchen seems like the hardest place to detox, right? Because there's just so much. We always clean there. We got soaps, dishwashers, every counters, all the things we're cleaning. But um, it actually can be really easy. So right now, if you take a look under your sink, hopefully you don't have any of this, but this is what you want to look for. Two of the biggest ones are ammonia, and ammonia is a common ingredient in like glass cleaners, degreasers, anything to it cuts through grease and grime very well. But it has very strong fumes that are toxic to your lungs, to your mucus membranes to your eyes and your skin. So it can cause irritation to all those areas. So you want to be really careful with that. And if you're using a small area like your bathroom, then you're breathing in all those fumes that can be very irritating and lead to asthma and different things. And then the other big one that you want to get rid of right away is chlorine bleach. So that most people know, but chlorine bleach disinfects and is a whitener, and it is very dangerous. It can cause irritation, worsen asthma symptoms, cause headaches, dizziness. And when you mix bleach with ammonia, you can actually cause a toxic cloud of gas in your home, which can send you to the hospital or worse. So both of these products are hard on adults, but on kids are even worse, and pets. So you want to look for those right away. Chlorine, which is the main ingredient in chlorine bleach, was actually classified as a hazardous air pollutant in 1990 in the Clean Air Act. So you want to, it just kind of makes you wonder like, why are we still using it in our homes, even though it's been, classified as a hazardous air pollutant? So you want to be really careful with those and also look for them and actually remove them. Um, those aren't the only two chemicals that are dangerous under your sink. And we're going to talk about a few more as we go along. But those two are the worst offenders. So you want to get rid of them. Um, Also, when you think about our homes, you want to realize that the studies are showing that our houses are the most polluted air because we close them up. So when you're in the winter or the summer, you're closing all the windows, trying to keep it warm or cool in your home, then you're locking in all these toxins. If you're using toxic chemicals and stuff, that can be really irritating. And over time, it just causes a lot of health issues. So if you can air out your house, that's better for you. And then get rid of this stuff. So, some of the things you might be looking at when you look at your laundry that can be hard on your body are the laundry detergents, the fabric softeners, and the dryer sheets. So, optic brighteners, which are the chemicals that they use to brighten and whiten your clothes, are actually very toxic for you. They cause skin sensitivity and they're non-biodegradable. So that means they don't break down. So they're harming the environment and they harm us. Um, Fragrance, and we'll talk about fragrance in a little bit, but when you see that on a label, it means nothing. It can mean a whole 20 different chemicals because they don't have to show you what fragrance means. So if you see that word anywhere, you want to get rid of that. Parabens, those are preventing bacterial growth, but they're chemicals that mimic estrogen in your body. So, parabens can lead to fertility issues, developmental delays, and an increased risk of cancer. Harsh chemicals like surfactants, chlorine bleach, and synthetic compounds like in detergents and fabric softeners cause irritation of the skin, rashes, eczema flare ups, and allergic reactions. And formaldehyde actually is in some laundry products, and that can pose long term health issues. And I don't know, the word formaldehyde, I'm like, why would you put that in any of our products? But it's a known carcinogen, so it can cause cancer. And yeah, I just don't really understand the whole formaldehyde thing. Like we preserve frogs for biology in it, and but we put it in our products. It's interesting. So you want to think about those, and like when you look at a dryer sheet, you know how it comes out of the box stiff and then you put it in and use it and then it comes back out and it's all flimsy. That's because all the chemicals on that dryer sheet went onto your clothes. And so when you wear your clothes, your skin is your biggest organ. So we're wearing clothes all day and night, and our skin absorbs those chemicals, and then our bodies don't know what to do with them because they're foreign to our body. And sometimes our liver can't get rid of it. So it stores it, and they cause so much havoc in our bodies. So you want to get away from using any kind of laundry detergent that's not clean, for sure clean. Um, get rid of dryer sheets and use wool dryer balls, and don't use like Downy and all those things. If you get get out of that habit, you actually are helping a lot. The other thing is like when you sweat and stuff, that even puts water on your clothes and that absorbs even more into your body. So when you think about little kids and how they react, a lot of kids nowadays have eczema and rashes and stuff that we don't really understand, but really it's coming from the chemicals in the clothes. And um, so it's just important to find a way to use natural products so that you're not causing sensitivities and issues. So, what is, we're just going to continue on laundry. That was laundry. Those are the main laundry ones. And then in your cleaners, um, formaldehyde, which we talked about, and sodium, you want to look for sodium hydroxide, which is lye, and that's common in drain cleaners and oven cleaners. And it's very highly caustic. It causes severe skin burns, eye damage, respiratory irritation. So I'm sure if you've cleaned out your oven, you know, because you're like in there scrubbing and you can't even breathe and you need to wear gloves. So this is a big one, sodium hydroxide. And then 2-buoxyethanol is in all-purpose cleaners, and this one is really dangerous. It causes headaches, dizziness, but it can cause liver damage and kidney damage, and is really concerning for pregnant women. Also irritates the skin and eyes and respiratory system. They all do that. But you want to look for that one and get rid of that as soon as you can. And then triclosan, which is a synthetic antimicrobial, so it kills germs. But it's commonly found in soaps, toothpaste, and other personal care products. And it's linked to hormone disruption and environmental toxicity. So it's in our waterways and stuff. And brushing our teeth with this, and that's just directly into our bodies, right? And our livers can't do anything about it. And so it's causing damage to our bodies. You want to avoid that as much as possible. So look at your toothpaste, floss, all those things. They can have chemicals. You can find, we have natural toothpaste, a Thieves line of toothpaste, and you can find natural toothpaste out there. So let's talk about fragrance a little bit. So the real F word is fragrance. It's a real loosely defined term at this point, because the companies have been granted permission to use the word fragrance, like I said, for 20 however many chemicals they want. And they don't want to give away their secrets, right? Like they want to keep their recipe secret. So they don't have to divulge that information to us. And so when you're buying something and it says fragrance, you're just playing Russian roulette. If you don't know that company, if you don't know that they're 100% clean, they don't say that on their websites or wherever, then you're just taking a risk with that product. The other one is natural ingredients or natural fragrance. They say natural fragrance, but formaldehyde is actually a natural compound. So when you talk about natural, it's like greenwashing. When you go into a store and you see a product that says all natural or um, like all free and clear, they have all these words that make you think that you are buying something that's okay. And that's how the companies get around selling their stuff, because they know people are starting to understand that they want cleaner products, but they use these words, and then in reality the product is actually still very toxic for you and can cause huge problems with these chemicals. So you want to be like really careful with the word fragrance and natural ingredients, because those are just catch-all terms that mean whatever they want. And and then we have the whole problem of actual fragrance, like perfume. Most of those are made with chemicals. So, um, like, have you ever walked into Bath and Body Works and you get a headache, or you walk down the grocery store aisle in the cleaners and you're like, oh my gosh, my head hurts? Or that's what happens to me. I get headaches. You're just irritated, or your mood shifts, or all kinds of things can happen when you start inhaling that stuff. But a lot of people can't handle those chemicals, and the perfume companies use them too. And kids are really susceptible. A lot of perfumes are hormone disruptors. So, like, all the women or young girls are out there putting on all the perfume to get ready, and then they're putting on hormone disruptors, and then they can't get pregnant later because they have fertility issues. It's just a cycle that we need to get away from. So, Young Living did come up with a sister company that has 100% chemical free fragrance. So there are perfumes out there that you can use. This is the first one that I've ever seen that I've been able to use that isn't irritating to me, because it's all natural. It comes from Young Living. It has, and they are open with their ingredients. So you can like take a look at those. It's called Wild Notes. But fragrance, otherwise, you want to stay away from it as much as you can, unless you know where it comes from. So I know I talked about this a little bit, but even in small amounts, when you're exposed to something, or your family, like ammonia or bleach, it can really change internally and change yourself. So, like, it's affecting your cells. It can lead to bigger problems. Even the like breathing in those fumes, can just cause a little bit of damage to your lungs. And then over time, you're causing more and more damage. So, and kids who are still growing are more susceptible, because they, don't care that they put their hand on the counter that was just cleaned with something that has chemicals in it, and then they're eating it or putting their fingers in their mouth or whatever. And so it's super important that we're conscious of this stuff. I don't know if, I mean, like, wherever you guys are at, like, if you've noticed, like, how much more cancer there is in our world, just cancer alone. We want to try to prevent those things, and kids cancer and all this stuff. They're starting to figure out, like, research wise, where that's all coming from. And so I'm hoping that we're moving in the right direction in the United States. But for now, we have to work really hard to make sure that we're not exposing our kids to these things, and our pets too, because they're always licking their paws and stuff. I mean, you don't want your pet to be hurt by something you put on the floor. So just finding a better way to clean is super important. Um, and this is a great picture that someone did in Young Living, that they took a swab and just swabbed like the bottom of kids' shoes and counters and different places, and then swabbed it into petri dishes, then used cleaners on it. So you can see the oregano oil was the best one that cleaned the germs the best. And then they use Young Living oil, and that's super important because Young Living has pure oil. It's distilled on farms and tested a lot. So it doesn't have anything in it. other than oregano oil. And then they use thieves oil and thieves cleaner. So then they use Mrs. Myers, which is like a green cleaner, right? Everybody hears Mrs. Myers is good, but actually they actually have chemicals in them too. So you can see kind of how it did, and actually thieves works better than all the other ones that they tested on this slide. And if you need more information about that, there's a QR code right there that you can scan, or you can put it in the chat, and I can send you the link. So nobody wants to pay a ton of money for cleaners, right? So who wants to do that? Good news, Young Living actually is very budget friendly. Their clean, the Thieves cleaner is concentrate, so it makes roughly 28 bottles of actual cleaner. So you need two capfuls for 16 ounces of water, and that's the like standard like clean your counters kind of use. You can do three capfuls to like cut grease or clean a little bit stronger, but it makes roughly 28 bottles of cleaner with that one thieves cleaner bottle. So the laundry soap is like that too. It's a concentrate, it does 64 loads of laundry, um dish soap and stuff. So it's nice because it's budget friendly, and gives you actually gives you something that works, cleans, disinfects, takes care of all that, but also on a good budget. So um, some of our favorite cleaners, um, I'm just going to show you this slide because it's easier than the last one. So we have bundles that they give you a good discount for. And this one is the home loyalty bundle, and it comes with the thieves cleaner, laundry detergent, dish soap, kitchen and bath scrub, fruit and veggie soak, which I love the fruit and veggie soak. And you should be washing your fruits and vegetables, no matter if they're organic or whatever, you want to wash them off. So you want something that you're washing your fruits and vegetables with to be also clean so that you're not eating those chemicals. So the Thieves one does a really good job of cleaning fruits and vegetables. It comes with multi-purpose wipes, which is like Clorox wipes, where you can wipe down a surface and know that it's clean. Dishwasher tablets, foaming hand soap, which they just revamped and has like some really nice stuff in it to keep your hands soft, because when you're washing your hands a lot, sometimes they get dried out. And then Thieves essential oil and lemon essential oil, which lemon essential oil is great just to put in a diffuser. It kind of like smells great. You know what lemon smells like. Also, it's great for getting sticky stuff like sticky residue off. If you just put a drop or two of lemon oil and scrub it off, it's great to put in the Thieves cleaner with the Thieves. Thieves is cloves and cinnamon, and I'm forgetting the other two things in it, but it smells like cloves and cinnamon. So and you put the lemon in there and it just makes a really good smell for the cleaner. And then that one is $160 for all of that. And you can use code SHAREYL and get 10% off with that one. If that seems like a little much, we have this loyalty rewards bundle. So this one, sorry, back up. This one is Thieves Home Loyalty Bundle. So when you order that one, you get put in loyalty rewards, which you can turn off super simply if you don't want loyalty rewards. But loyalty rewards is where you order once a month, and you only have to order 50 PV to stay on it. And you get the second month, you get a free diffuser. The third month, you get a free oil. Month 6, 9, and 12, you get free oils. And then you get points back every month to spend on whatever you want. So you I like to save up my points, but then sometimes something happens and I go, oh, I'm going to use my points to buy that. Eventually, I'm going to save up my points to get rose oil because they have a rose oil that I want to try or smell. But I like to use my points. So it's great to get free products. So this bundle is called the Healthy Happy Home. And it's clean thieves cleaner with a spray bottle and then dish soap, the bath scrub, which is like Comet. It's like a scrub, like you would use Comet, laundry detergent, and then the two oils. So you can also get 10% off with the code ShareYL. And yeah, that's all. That's about that one. And I can put all this links in the chat if you need them. Um, this is a picture of some friends. I don't know if I took that picture because I'm not in there, but we were at a farm. So Young Living has two farms where I live, one in St. Mary's and one in Naples. And so this is the tree farm in Naples. The St. Mary's farm is actually where they started Young Living, where Gary Young started the whole process with lavender. So his first plants were lavender that he distilled, and those are grown at St. Mary's. But we were up at the farm and they let us cut down trees and we had so much fun. So with the big machines and you just saw them down, it was a lot of fun. Then we distilled them and stuff. So being a brand partner is a lot of fun. And yeah, Young Living is a company that has a great reputation. It's been around forever. It's not going anywhere. Mary constantly tells us that. The person who runs it now is Mary Young. And she's like, we're not going anywhere. This is what we do. And they have a foundation that is really awesome. They work across the world to help people in different ways. They have several schools they've started in other countries, and then they have programs where they partner to remove people from slavery or sex trafficking, and they just do a lot of good in the world. So if you ever think about or want to become a brand partner, just reach out to me. It's a lot of fun. I have a lot of support for you, and we have a good time. If you order tonight, I will give you free shipping. The way we do that is I will Venmo you or PayPal you back the shipping costs because I don't have any way to do that on the website, but free shipping. And also, if you order tonight, I'm going to ship you a sachet of Ningxia Red. Next class is going to be on Ningxia Red, and it's a yummy drink. We'll be talking about a lot about that next month. And then a clean, free home book, just with some recipes and different ideas for a clean home. So, and then in the email, you will get a list of chemicals you definitely want to look for in your home. So, let me know if you guys have any questions or things you want to talk about. You can chat or you can just unmute and ask your questions. So quiet.
Michelle, I unmuted myself. And I just wanted to let people know I'm also watching the chat. So if you guys have questions, if Michelle's in the middle of answering somebody else's question or something, please feel free to go ahead and ask your question in the chat. And if I can't answer it, I'll just, let Michelle know that we're waiting for her. But I'll try to answer any questions that come in if Michelle is busy.
Okay, someone asked, what's my favorite cleaning product and why? So I love the Thieves Cleaner, the actual like Thieves Cleaner, because it smells good, number one. So when I clean, it's like, oh, my house smells good, and it works. It's it sounds so basic, but I've looked for products over the years and tried things, and this one actually does kill germs and keep your house clean. So anytime anybody at my house is sick, I will go through and just like wipe down light switches and doorknobs and stuff and try to prevent anybody else from getting sick in the family. And I diffuse the thieves essential oil a lot. I'll actually, if I get a sore throat or something, I'll just put a couple drops on my throat or somewhere if I'm feeling sick so that I'm like breathing it in. It's also really good when you go on an airplane to have that thieves oil just kind of around you so that you're smelling it to prevent you from getting germs in an airplane. The wipes are really good for that too, like taking wipes with you traveling so that you're like cleaning um different things. Like airplanes are pretty germy in places, bathrooms, gas stations, that kind of thing. So I do love these. It's very versatile. So they also have a lot of these personal care products that are like super clean, like these mouthwash and toothpaste and that kind of stuff, so that you are staying clean and not getting exposed to everything. So yeah, that's a good question. What if you can't afford to purchase a lot at once, but still want to save for home? So I will put a link in here to just look on the website. You can buy everything separately. If you know you just want to buy the cleaner today or tomorrow, whatever, then you just purchase that and that's all you have to ditch and switch. So ditch and switch is where that's the term we use, but it just means simply that you maybe use something up that you already have at your house, and then the next time you buy the replacement product you use Young Living to do that, so that you are just getting rid of things as you can afford them. Let me get no, there's no membership cost at all. Um, you just order if you want to. It's kind of like Amazon, I guess. You'll have to create an account, and then you go in. You can use this link, or if you want to do a bundle, I'll put those in here. The first link is, let me put reply. So that one's a bundle. So you just create an account, and then you have it. You just use the link to create the account. If you want to be on loyalty rewards, that's more like a membership where you order every month, and you can change the dates that it's processed, but usually like it'll say, okay, your loyalty reward is going to process, and then it processes once a month. You can always change what you put in your loyalty reward, and you can always change the date on your loyalty reward, so you're never like locked into it, and you can always turn it off. But that program is where you're ordering once a month and you get reward points to spend later, and then like at 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and 12 months you get free products. So it's kind of like, for being a loyal customer, you just get a lot from it, a lot of stuff back from it. And then it's been on my mind to switch over to thieves products. Yes, Gayla. The thieves product actually works the best, and it's the cleanest and healthiest. So um you can just put that in your cart and or put it on an order, or you can just order one product at a time. it's really up to you. There's really no wrong way to do it. It's just getting started and realizing like, hey, this is super important that I make sure what I'm using in my home is clean. Even like seventh generation and Mrs. Myers, and there's another one that's supposed to be clean. They actually have like fragrance and stuff in them that makes them like, it makes me suspicious of them. It's like, are you really clean? I don't think so. So they it's a big scam basically. And I wish it wasn't. I really do. I wish the United States was much better at this than they are. And I'm hopeful. Yes, Michelle said, I heard you say you put the oil on your skin. Can you talk more about that? Can you use the oil as a perfume? Um, and you're welcome for the information. Um, the oils, I use the oils on my skin. You can use them, you can diffuse them, you can put them on your body, and you can take them internally. But I wouldn't do that with just any oil because Young Living is pure, and there's a ton of studies that you can look up in PubMed about their purity, and they've done research on consuming oils and stuff. So you just want, I wouldn't do that with any oil other than Young Living because I know that they actually test their product 3 times to make sure it's pure before it comes to your hands. So they're very aware of what's in your oil. But you can use it as perfume. It doesn't last as long as a not like a perfume does, but it definitely there's one called Vanilla Whimsy that is awesome that you just can roll on, and it smells so good. And so definitely you can use them as perfume. You can use them for medicinal reasons, like the thieves is a good one example because it helps kill germs and stuff. So it helps you. They have these lozenges, so you can suck on it and help you not help your illness go away faster, like if you have a virus. Um, so there's lots of ways to use oils. Lots of health benefits to oils. Depends which one. So yeah, there's a lot of education and stuff we could talk about. But yes, blending oils actually helps too because you put it in a diffuser and you can
That went really well.
make a recipe.
I could also report and she's gonna give me a call tomorrow.
So you can diffuse oils in the air to make your house smell good, and you can do all kinds of stuff. So I love diffusing oils too. Any other questions? You guys can unmute too if you want and ask a question. We lost Kayla. I think I got them all.
I just want to say thank you for mentioning that some of these all natural or free and clear options might not be as all natural and free and clear as we might think, because I even have some of these products and now I'm like, oh, I got to go look at them and see if those chemicals that you listed or outlined are in there, because I mean, I guess I fall for the advertising too, so I have to go check that out. So thanks for mentioning that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we all do. It would be nice to think that we could trust and just, but I've found over the years, like, I guess we just can't. And that's really sad. But we're exposed to so much, it like hand sanitizers. And I mean, we're just exposed to a lot of chemicals in our lives. And so it's like, unfortunately, I ended up with breast cancer, and it's so hard. Like, it's really hard treatment, and it's hard. And so I don't want people going through that. And if they have, I don't want them going through it again, because then there's like this whole like treatment can be very toxic too. So are there oils in the Ningxia Red that you are having a class on next month? Yes, they do put oils in the Ningxia Red. Oils actually help our bodies absorb the vitamins. So the latest studies are showing that the essential oils, because they're fat soluble, will pull in vitamins into your cells because your cell linings are fat soluble too. So it just kind of pulls the nutrients into your cells. So they tend to put essential oils in everything. So there's essential oils in their supplements, and there's essential oils in this yummy drink. And this drink has given me so much energy. It's amazing. I'm like, I sleep better. I have more energy. There's so many benefits to Ningxia Red. It helped me get through some hard years of treatment. And then once I got over treatment and I'm off of all that stuff, I was like, wow, I have so much energy. I stopped drinking coffee. I don't nap anymore. It's just awesome. So this one, the oils it has are like grape, orange peel, yuzu, lemon, tangerine. So it's a yummy drink, and it's made out of wolfberries. But we'll talk more about that next month. Oh, good. Yeah, you're welcome, Michelle. It's been fun. So, any other questions? Anybody want to talk about anything? No, no, no. And iPhone 12, I don't know your name, but I would say, hey. All right. All right. Well, I'm going to end the Zoom if there's no more questions. Thank you guys so much for coming. And I am going to send out the link. You should see it in your to the class to tomorrow. You should see the recording. That's what I mean. So oh hi. Hi, dear. Is it Diane? Okay, that's what I was like. Wait, does it have an N right there? Hi, Diane. Thanks for joining us. Glad you were here. If you don't have any more questions.
Thank you. Sorry, I was having some technical difficulties.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Do you have any questions?
Um, I was wondering, do you guys do like cosmetics at all?
They used to do like foundation and different stuff, but they just recently stopped. They do like all your face stuff, like toners, cleansers, brightening creams, serums, all the things for your skin, but not,
Okay, skincare.
yeah, skincare, all those products, lotions, all the things. But they stopped their, it's called Savvy was their line, and they stopped it. So I'm not sure why they did that, but
Okay, and then you mentioned the drink. Do they have other like food products?
they do. They have over 600 products. So they have a lot
Wow.
of stuff. Yeah, they do a whole line of icorn and stuff, which is an ancient grain. And so they have snacks and like different things. They have the drinks, they have tea. Can you think of anything else, Lori?
They have, I know they have a einkorn flour, they have a
Yeah,
pancake mix.
yeah,
Um, they have those really delicious, I love those little einkorn snacks. They have them in like three flavors. They're
those are
great
really good.
for just if you want to, you know how you get the munchies or you want to nibble something, they're really delicious.
Or you can put
Yes.
Um,
them on your salad. There's a lot to do
yeah,
with those
yeah.
ones.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So you can just go on with that first one I put in the chat. It just says Young Living and the referral and then that number. Just click on that and you can search in there and just put food, or you can put whatever kind of products you want to look at and look for. And then I'm always available to chat or um suggest, or if you want to text, whatever, um, and help you out with whatever you're looking for. So,
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
oh, you're welcome.